All right, let's talk about what makes a ghost story really terrifying. Today, we're not just telling a story, we're taking it apart to see how it works. We're going to look at the tale of Bhairavpur, a haunted village, and see how it uses one simple thing, the sound of a footstep, to create this absolute masterpiece of fear. So let's step into the darkness and listen.
It's impossible to escape the Akahat. Just imagine finding that written in blood. This is how our story kicks off. It's not just some spooky threat, it's a promise. With this one sentence, we get it. The haunting in Bhairavpur isn't something you can fight. It's coming for you, and there's nowhere to hide.
So, how do you build a really great horror story? You start by creating a threat you just can't forget. In this first part, we're going to see exactly how the story introduces us to this mysterious sound, the sound of Bhairavpur. You know, every ghost needs a home, and this story gives us a classic. A creepy, crumbling mansion, a haveli, in this super isolated village. The story uses all the language we know from horror movies, right? It's the place everyone's afraid of, with wind whistling through broken windows. It's a smart shortcut, telling us right away that this isn't just a building, it's a character, and it's a bad guy.
So, what is this ahat? Well, the word just means the sound of footsteps. But in this story, it's so much more than that. It's the ghost's signature move. Think about it. It's not a monster you see lunging at you. It's a presence you hear, always approaching, always getting closer. That's what makes the fear so deep. It gets right inside your head.
And here's where the story gets really clever. It shows us just how powerful this aha is. See, it doesn't just do one thing. For Reena, it's a shadow. For Raghu, it's a full-on apparition. The teacher hears a whisper. By showing this thing affecting so many different people in such personal ways, the story does something brilliant. It makes the haunting feel like it's absolutely everywhere, totally unpredictable, and truly inescapable.
But you can only be paralyzed by fear for so long. Eventually, that fear turns into something else, a desperate need for answers. So let's jump into our next section, where the story shifts from just being scared to actively searching for the truth.
And here we go, the classic horror setup. It's the skeptic versus the terrified crowd. On one side, you've got this police officer, DCP Arvind. He's all about logic and reason. And on the other, an entire village that is completely united by this one shared supernatural experience. This clash, this tension between what's real and what's not, is what really gets the investigation moving.
So what do you think happens when the skeptic finally goes to the haunted house? Yep, he stops being a skeptic. Arvind marches into that haveli with his logic and his flashlight, and what does he get? The same footsteps and then a creepy whisper inviting him down to the cellar. So get this, the ghost isn't just randomly spooking people, it's actively leading him somewhere.
Now, while our police officer is having his worldview shattered, our first victim, Reena, is going through her own change. Her terror is morphing into this intense curiosity. She's had enough of living in fear. She decides to take charge, becoming the one who pulls a team together to finally face this thing head on.
Okay, this is it. The point of no return. The team is together, they know where they have to go, and the story is barreling straight towards the heart of all this darkness, the cellar's curse.
The way the story builds tension here is just perfect. Of course, it's midnight. They find this rusty, groaning iron door and have to force it open. And then they start going down into the cold, the damp, the darkness. Every single step down is a step away from everything they know and deeper into the ghost's world.
And what's waiting for them at the bottom? Another message in blood. My curse is that whoever hears will meet their end. Whoa. This isn't just a clue anymore, it's a death threat. The stakes have just skyrocketed. It's not about being scared now, it's about survival. They've all heard the ahat, and this thing is telling them it's gonna kill them.
And here it is, the big reveal, the why behind the whole haunting. 100 years ago, a woman named Lalita was buried alive, right here in this cellar, by her own husband. Her unheard screams, her struggle, it all became this eternal echo. Her dying footsteps became the ahat. Now the ghost isn't just a sound. It has a name, a tragic story, and a powerful motive. Pure, unending rage.
And just as they're putting all the pieces together, boom, the spirit of Lalita appears. She confirms everything. And then she gives them one last absolutely chilling promise. Her curse is eternal.
And now that they know her secret, they are a part of her curse forever. There's no getting out.
So, what do you do when the ghost itself tells you there's no end? The final part of this story is all about one desperate act, a quick moment of false hope, and a conclusion that is just unbelievably chilling.
When you're faced with a curse that's supposed to last forever, you get desperate. And the team goes for the most primal solution you can think of: fire. I mean, the logic makes sense, right? Burn down the Haveli, destroy the place where her body is trapped, and hopefully her spirit can finally find some peace. It's a total last-ditch effort to end this nightmare.
And you know what? For a little while, it seems like it actually worked. The Haveli burns to the ground, and this incredible quiet settles over the village. No whispers, no shadows, and no footsteps. The fear is gone. It feels like the story is finally truly over.
But come on, this is a horror story, and it leaves us with this one haunting question. Can you really destroy a sound with fire? Can you burn away a memory, a curse?
And the answer is a bone-chilling no. Days later, all alone in her own room, miles from the ashes of that Haveli, Rena hears it. That slow, deliberate, unmistakable sound. The footsteps. The Ayahat is back. They didn't destroy the curse. They just set it free.
And that's the absolute genius of this story's ending. It gives us this final, terrifying lesson. The Ayahat was never really about the house. It's an idea. It's a fear. It's a curse that, once you've heard it, becomes a part of you. An unseen shadow that follows you. Everywhere. The story teaches us that the scariest horror isn't in some haunted mansion, but it's the haunting that you can never, ever leave behind.